This is the
What's up, guys? Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page for the great in-game post polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL games, such as scheduling for the channel and for the Yahoo Sports app Keep Pounding Fantasy Football League, which we are just about to do the draft of. If you like the intro that you see on your screen and you want to up your game as a content creator, go check out Lindara Ty on Instagram using her last name first, Ty T-A-I dot Lindara Lindara on Instagram search so that you can get panels, videos, etc. She's looking for new clients. She's awesome to work with, fair pricing, and just awesome in general. Tell her we sent you. She'll hook you up. Lindara Ty on Instagram. Also, big shout out to Monster Sub and Grub in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Get yourself a tasty sub if you're in the area. All right. Let's get this going, shall we? Now, as always, if you are in the Keep Pounding League Fantasy Football League, do not screen watch. Alright? Do not screen watch. If I catch you screen watching, then I'll have to kick you out of the game. However, you will still be able to go into the stream later on and all that, so just so we're aware, that is what is going on. What is that? Let's get it on the screen. Just a couple minutes away. Okay. Don't know what that is. Okay, there we go. Cool. We got one person in. Guys, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If you ain't in, you ain't in. I'm trying to tell you right now. Y'all were warned, 11:30. If it auto drafts for you, that's your fault. Just reset me in. Alright, one minute. 1 minute. Let me message these fools because I don't think they know. Draft it right now. Get your butt in here. Get your butt in here. Draft it right now. let us begin. Ja'Marr Chase, first overall pick. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Even for an auto pick. John Robinson. Alright. So we got wide receivers, running backs being picked already. Running backs, okay. Let's see what this next pick is before I make mine. I am looking at running backs. However, that doesn't necessarily have to be my pick. You know what I mean? We'll see. Alright, Marcos, let's go. Marcos in the house. Making his pick with CD Lamb. Alright. I love it. Are we going wide receivers? We going wide receivers first? Nah, I've seen this movie before. Hold up. I've seen this movie before. Yeah, give me Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry about a beast, y'all. Watch this. St. Brown. Alright. Okay, you can have CMC. I love CMC, but, you know, he don't stay healthy, though. Derrick Brown does. See, I know a little something about these wide receivers, man. Give me my man T. Higgins. Oh, you already know who's next. You already knew who's next. Quit playing. Josh Jacobs. Okay. Ooh, I might have to lock in a second running back. Where this draft is going, hold up. Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. What's my next pick? Yeah. I should be alright. Just depends on how this draft goes. Alright, Jonathan Taylor. Alright. Chase Brown. What are we looking at? Ooh. Okay. I don't necessarily have to jump in there right away. Okay, y'all can have Mike Evans, that's fine. know who I'm drafting. Y'all going after tight ends already? It's a wrap. Oh, we going quarterbacks now. We're going quarterbacks now, huh? That's what y'all doing. Still going running backs. Still going running backs. You know what? See, I don't know. Kamara's gonna get used more, I think. I don't know on this one, man. I don't know on this one. Hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and get Joe Burrow. I'm gonna get Joe Burrow off that board before somebody snags him. I got a pick 47, so I should be alright. We got like 4 bots in the way before I gotta pick another running back. Yep, there goes Chuba. I knew it. I knew I was about to lose him. That's fine. That's fine with me. Yeah. Give me Kamara next pick. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sam Laporta off the board. Okay. Dang it, man. Are you screen watching my channel, man? Are you, bro? What I tell you about that? What I tell you about that? I told y'all not to do that crap, man. Let's see. Projected points. 41 yards. Connor. Because Arizona's going to rely on him a lot. That's the smarter play right there. Still some good ones up here. Still some good ones. I think I need one more good running back, right? For bench. I could wait on that, I think. I need to make sure I get Patrick Mahomes now. Because otherwise that is going to absolutely kill me later on. Yeah, see all these running backs going off the board. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I know who I want next. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Still a lot of good wide receivers on the board. Still a lot of good wide receivers. Screw Calvin Ridley, man. Calvin Ridley screwed me out of a championship ring, man. I don't like that dude no more. Still a couple of good choices here. I like Olave. Montgomery, TJ Hawkinson. Okay. Okay. Mark Andrews. Oh, dang, man. I forgot about Jameson Williams. Jeez, man. 909 yards last year. I completely forgot about that dude. He just quietly got those yards, in Detroit. That's wild. Yeah. Oh, okay. Already. I see. Yo, somebody better get Worthy, man. Worthy about to turn up this year. Ha! That's exact. I knew it. I knew somebody was screen watching my freaking stream, man. I knew it. Bro. I caught you. Yo, leader. Who was leader? Who was leader? I caught you. I caught your dumb butt. Look at you. Uh-huh. Who was I just talking about? Yeah, I caught you. Well, why don't y'all go get why don't y'all go get Jacoby, man? Jacoby's quietly getting some stuff done in Las Vegas. Yeah, he's got the 843 yards. I like that dude. Yeah, George Pickens. Drake May. You chose Drake May. You legit chose Drake May. Okay. Alright, watch this. Cause I'm about to get yeah, I'm about to get Is Olave actually gonna get some yards this year? I'll go Jameson. I got a feeling about that dude, man. It's all good. It's all good. That's actually not a bad pick, man. That's not a bad pick at all. Yeah. You know what? I think I know who I want. Yeah, the bot can have Calvin Ridley. I don't care. The bot can. Oh, that's Kenny's team. That's Kenny's team. Never mind. Give me Goddard. Tyler Warren will get overused and he'll get hurt. Yeah, give me Goddard. The Dunes. Okay. I need one more solid running back. I know exactly who I want. I know exactly who I want. Hold up. You're taking Travis Hunter? That's a gamble, buddy. That's a gamble. Go for it. I wouldn't have done that. I'm just being real with you. I would not have done that. It's a massive run on wide receivers. Let's see. Let's see who's still here. Ooh. Oh, snap. Leader, I done caught you one time, bro. I done caught you one time. Stream sniping, bro. On the draft. I catch you two more times. That's it for you. That'll be all. I warned y'all in the chat, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so you don't know what I'm going to draft, do you? Daggone bot, man. Oh my god. You know what? You know what? I like my man Matthew Golden. I've had some success with him before. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I can't let you see this. I can't let y'all see this. I cannot let y'all see what's about to get picked. We got 4 auto picks first. Please don't choose them. Please don't choose them. Please don't choose them. For God's sakes, don't choose them. I'm going to lose my mind. Yeah, stay away from them. Stay away from them. 2 more auto picks. Come on. 2 more auto picks. You're going to have Diggs. Diggs is going to be garbage this year. He ain't going to get half the catches he normally does. He's going to get doubled. Watch. That's a stupid pick right there. That's a foolish pick. My man Austin Eckler. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Winning pick right there. Winning pick. Winning pick. You can have Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen ain't doing nothing. And Travis Etienne ain't doing nothing in Jacksonville neither. Take both of them. I won that one. I won that one, doggone it. Oh, shoot. Ooh. I see my next pick. Hold up. Okay, you can have Jerry Jeudy. That's fine. You can have Jerry Jeudy. That's not a bad auto pick, though. Kyler Murray. That's a good pick, though. That's a good pick, though. Because Kyler Murray is about to do some work this year, though. Justin Fields, really? Okay. We'll see how that works out. I know exactly who my next pick is going to be. Okay. I need one more running back. One more really good. Okay. Okay. I got the stuff sorted now. I got it sorted. Bryce Young, bold pick. Bold pick. That's a bold pick right there. I hope it works out for you. Okay. I'm gonna take Buckner. Got my kicker. Happy with that. Now, to the main event. Back to the main event. I know exactly who I want. Y'all are gonna think I'm nuts too. The gentleman that I want, I have been keeping an eye on for a long time. I got a backup tight end, right? Yes, I do. Alright. Then I ain't got to worry about that. Alright, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Hold up. He might he might sit for a few minutes. He might sit for a few minutes. Nah, I need to draft him now. I need to get him now before somebody else gets him. Um, oh, God. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. I tell you what, Debo's reliable. Debo is reliable. I'm getting Debo. And I know who the next one's going to be, too. No, I need one more running back. I've got, let's see, two running backs. Two running backs and a backup. Okay. So, yeah, one more running back. Ooh, Aaron Rodgers. Bold pick. Bold pick. Later, I hope you don't regret that one. I hope you don't regret that one, dog. He could go off or he could stink it up, man. That's a 50-50 gamble right there. I don't know if I would take that gamble this year, man. I'm just being real with you. That's a heck of a freaking gamble. Yeah, I need to stick with running backs. Let's see. Who's still here that could? Mm, mm, mm. Who's still gonna use him though? That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. God, man. You killing me with this. I'm gonna go Najee. Yeah, I'm gonna go Najee. Let's be smart with this, man. You know what I mean? Let's be smart with this. Since it's a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex situation. I need somebody to be a legit flex right now. Also, yeah, it's time to go ahead and get one of these defenses too. Oh, you have Minnesota, that's fine. Take Minnesota. I know which one I want. That's fine. I'm getting Buffalo then. Buffalo's defense is actually better than KC's at times. Trevor Lawrence, huh? Trevor Lawrence. You sure you don't want to rethink that one? Mmm. 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 You might want to rethink that. Hmm. That's yeah. That's the wild part because there's like three or four of these guys that could be like absolute ballers this year. You got to be real careful with this pick because I don't know which one of them is gonna freaking ball out. It could be any of them. Okay, now I think I have my flex guy. Hmm. Okay. Which position do I not feel confident about? Wide receivers. Yeah. God, that's a tough. Quit stream sniping me, man. Y'all trying to figure out which one I'm gonna get. Watch this. Y'all ain't gonna expect which one I'm gonna get. I'm gonna throw all y'all for a loop. Watch this. Now go ahead, pick your player. Pick your player. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Pick your player. Pick your player, dog. You know what position I'm looking at, but do you know what player I'm picking? See, I'm gonna get in y'all's head, man. I'm gonna get in y'all's head. Y'all don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Pick a player. Look at y'all stream sniping little clowns, man. Y'all thought I wouldn't catch you. J.J. McCarthy. Oof. That's your backup quarterback? Cooper Kupp. Ooh. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. All right. Now, this is not going to be the popular one. But call it a feeling, man. Just call it a feeling. She's about to go off this year. Call it a feeling. I got a gut feeling about that one. I mean, honestly, it was between three wide receivers for me. Now that this draft is over, because the rest of them aren't going to get drafted. So I'm going to show you which three I was looking at. Because it's between Michael Pittman, Godwin, and Keenan Allen. Those are the three I'm looking at because Keenan Allen always pops off. Now the question is, Pittman with a terrible quarterback, that's the one I think is going to be out. Then you got Marvin Mims that's joining this whole thing in Wan'Dale. Except, see, they won't throw it Wan'Dale's way. So, the logic here is Godwin will probably get thrown to. Keenan Allen will get thrown to. Pittman will not. And then I saw Shaheed in there, and I said, hold up, wait a minute. Who's the number one wide receiver out in New Orleans right now? They got a couple of wide receivers, but Shaheed is the one that keeps getting doubled. So, I mean, if Shaheed stops being doubled and they start ignoring him on the field, that could lead to some points. They need one or two more wide receivers, I feel like. And if they're willing to spend the money in New Orleans and get a good wide receiver to put on the other side of Shaheed, he won't get doubled as much. And that could be something. You know what I mean? Keenan Allen's going to get doubled because he's the main wide receiver out in LA. Godwin's going to get doubled. Marvin Mims is going to get doubled. Wan'Dale, of course, is going to get doubled up. So, I mean, you got Keon Coleman, who's questionable right now. You got Pittman, who they're not going to throw to, and Mooney. Who knows how many catches Mooney's actually going to get. So, I mean, it's a nasty little group here that all of them have talent. Ooh, I just now saw Leggett. I'm making the move now. Hold up. I just now saw him. Y'all don't say anything. Don't do anything yet. Cause I'm about to hold up. How do I exit? Draft complete. How do I get out? Don't take him now. Don't take him. He's reserved for me. I'm calling him right now. I'm claiming him right now. Hold up. I'm about to claim him right now. There his butt go. Let me get him right now. Let me get him right now. Let's see. Who am I getting rid of? Who am I getting rid of? Hmm. Hmm. You know what? Let me get rid of Shaheed, man. I want to drop Shaheed. I want Xavier Leggett. Something just tells me about XL, man. Something just freaking tells me XL is about to pop off this year. You saw this man start catching balls in preseason. And he was not doing that last year. Watch, I'm telling you right now. Did anybody draft T Mac? I don't think anybody drafted T Mac. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm about to track it right now. Hold up. I don't think I saw anybody draft this dude. Oh, yep. Leader got him. Leader got him. Good pick. Good pick, Leader. Good pick. I got his counterpart. Also, respect to whoever got Chuba as well. That was a good move because Chuba's about to get 1,000 yards again. You know, and he's gonna split that with Rico. They're both probably gonna get like 800 yards together, separately. You know, individually 800 yards apiece. So yeah, I like that pick of Chuba. Um, Again, I'll say the same thing I said the when I was drafting the other one. CMC is a risk, man, because this dude cannot stay healthy. And but you know when he gets on the field and he starts playing, he's gonna put up fantasy numbers. So it's like Calvin Ridley to me, you know, because Calvin Ridley, if he wants to come out there and play, he will rack up yards and he will rack up points. The problem with Calvin Ridley is the fact that he spent like what 6 7 weeks out of the regular season one year and decided, nah, I don't want to play. I'm already making millions of dollars. I don't want to play. Let's gamble on NFL games. You know, and I'm like, what? Because I had this dude sitting on my bench. He clears 30 fantasy points easily a game. 30 a game easily during that time period. You know, with the quarterback that was throwing to him, which at the time I think was Trevor Lawrence, maybe, when he was in Jacksonville. But the point is, like, Calvin Ridley was clearing 30 points easily, and this dude decides, nah, I don't want to play the rest of the season. It's like, nah, my team sucks. It's like, nah, I just want to be a freaking potato and just bet on freaking games and make money. It's like, you scumbag. It's like, really? Dude, it cost me the 30 points I needed for the ring for the other league, you know, that year. And I was sitting there in second place because of him. So, yeah, y'all can have Calvin Ridley. Y'all can keep his bum butt. I don't want him. That's a heck nah. Man, that pissed me off so much, man. I could have had 3 rings in 5 years, y'all, in that other league, in that Ill City league. 3 rings. Instead, I'm sitting here with 2 because of Ridley. solely because of Ridley. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Can't make this stuff up. I was 30 points away from winning. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's why I don't mess with Ridley no more. That dude is like the black spot in the Pirates of the Caribbean now. For me. He's like the black spot, y'all. So I'm happy with this, man. I got Joe Burrow, I got T. Higgins, you know? I got the duo. And you know T. Higgins is gonna get thrown to, man. There's no way he doesn't. He's T. Higgins. Alright, so Jameson Williams. I've been watching this dude. I almost forgot about him, to be honest. Because I wasn't really paying attention to Detroit's wide receiver core. I was more watching their running back, Montgomery, and their defense. Because their defense was really starting to have some issues. So I was paying attention to that specifically. But I was so tunnel visioned on that stuff, and when it came to Detroit, I completely took my eye off the ball, which was Jameson Williams. And I saw him in there, and I saw what he did last year, and I was like, wait a minute. Let me get a piece of this action. And of course, King Henry, man. King Henry in Baltimore. Now that he is in Baltimore, these fantasy points are going to go sky high for King Henry. Yeah, running back, man. I like that move. Yeah. So, James Conner. I like that move too because here's the thing. Arizona doesn't have that many wide receiver options. So who are they going to go to, when they can't pass the ball? They're going to run the ball, right? So Connor's going to get a lot of carries. Now, what he's going to do with those carries, we'll see. Because they might start loading the box. And see, that is exactly why I got Eckler. Eckler will be starting. Once Connor has run his course. So, you got Debo. Debo's still making some noise in Washington. Najee Harris, of course, is making some noise in the Chargers organization. XL, the country boy beast. You already know he's going to start popping off. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Can't forget the Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT, man. The current GOAT. The all-time GOAT, of course, is Tom Brady for those people that love him and support him. Fair enough. But the current GOAT, that's Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not missing an opportunity to grab him. Matthew Golden, I've always liked Matthew Golden. I've had my eyes on Golden for quite a while now. Now, the question is, what is the quarterback situation like in Green Bay? Now that Rodgers is gone. Is Love going to throw it Golden's way more? Or is it going to be less? So it's kind of a gamble pick there. So we'll see what happens there. I like Goddard. Dak Prescott typically looks Goddard's way. Or he did when he was in Dallas. So now he's in Philadelphia. And of course, he's going to get a lot more looks in Philadelphia than he did in Dallas. So I'm excited for Goddard, and the opportunities there. And of course, Travis Kelce, the monster himself. The reason I have 2 rings sitting on my desk right now. Man, and Joe Burrow. Gotta love it. Alright, so here's the week 1 matchup This is against Kenny, of course. He's in my chat right now. I believe his name Angel, right? Or is that somebody else? Because I seem to remember that was his name in chat, but I don't remember. But yeah, looking at Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, not bad. AJ Brown, not bad. Kamara, Aaron Jones Sr. Yeah, Aaron Jones Sr. I forgot about Aaron Jones Sr. He's good. He's gonna get a lot of carries. Brock Bowers, mid. He's getting there though. They're developing him in Las Vegas right now, and under Pete Carroll, man, he'll get some catches, but the question is how many. You know, they're not gonna overuse him when they've got weapons out there in Las Vegas. Zay Flowers, of course, beast of a wide receiver right now. Evan McPherson, I mean, he's been pretty reliable in Cincinnati. And the Pittsburgh defense, not bad. Not bad, Kenny. Not freaking bad, dude. That's a good crew right there. What do you got on your bench? I like DJ Moore. I like that pick. I like the Travis Etienne pick. I like Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson, when we'll start to get some of these catches now that Goddard is not there. So yeah, Cooper Kupp, always a solid, reliable wide receiver out in Seattle. You know, and Trevor Lawrence is struggling right now. You might have kind of dropped the ball back as far as a backup quarterback is concerned there. Trevor is kind of running his course in Jacksonville. He may be gone soon. Drake May is starting to show some potential up in New England, but for how long? You know what I mean? Because your offensive coordinator is not good. Your head coach isn't really that great right now. The upper management is not fully giving him what he needs to succeed. Don't get me wrong, I like Drake May. I was watching him for quite a while. But it's going to be a year before Drake May can really start stretching out and doing something. You got to start spending that money up in New England, man. You got $53 million in cap space and none of it's being spent. Go talk to your GM. Like, really, I shouldn't be helping you guys because I don't have any love for New England. But, you know, I don't hate them anymore. You know, the New England crew that I hated was the crew that Tom Brady and Gronk were on. And we're not going to get into that subject. But I can't stand Bill Belichick either. And I'll talk about him after I get done with this fantasy stuff because I got some fun words for you guys about Bill Belichick. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, the new era of New England, y'all are going to have to start spending some money and start doing some stuff because you can't just sit on the players you got right now if you want to start building back up. Yes, Drake May is good. You can build around him, but it's going to take a little bit of time to do so. Like, the first step is that offensive line. And watch how Carolina approached that because we invested $100 million into Robert Hunt, into our offensive guard. No, it wasn't Robert Hunt. It was oh god, it's late night. I forget his name, but point being, we invested like a lot of money into our offensive line, and we started building it. From the ground up, which is exactly how you should build it. So that's my advice for New England if they want to start building back up. But yeah, I like this matchup. I think it's good. Um, I need to set my lineup real quick, because that 151 might turn into something a little bit higher. Let's see. So let me do that real quick. Take a look. And we did manage to complete our draft before midnight, so I think that we completed it before midnight, didn't we? That should count because I set it for 11:30, so it took 30 minutes to draft. So we should have finished right at that marker. So I think those points should count. Let's see. Eckler's playing against the Giants, and the Giants are terrible in run defense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go that direction with this. Obviously Kelsey needs to play Connor against New Orleans. New Orleans has a good run defense. I don't want to. No, not Najee Harris. Not right now. I'll tell you what I'll do. That right there. And now we have Connor that we could flex if we want to. So I could choose what I want to do with Connor. Do I want him in? Do I not? Because everything else looks solid right now. I love Joe Burrow. I love Higgins against Cleveland. I like Williams against Green Bay because Green Bay has some weak secondary right now. Derrick Henry against that Buffalo D line could get really interesting very quickly. I think for this game they may be looking to pass the ball against Buffalo more so than using Derrick Henry. They'll use Derrick Henry in short yardage situations. Or if they need a really big 4 to 5 yard pickup from Henry, then they'll put the ball in his hands. Or if they're trying to set something up. But mostly, Lamar's probably going to be looking to pass against Buffalo. Because knowing that secondary of Buffalo's, oh man, it's 50-50. Because sometimes they come up with big plays, sometimes they'll whiff on their tackles. It's not a coverage issue, it's whiffing the tackles that I've seen from Buffalo. So, which is really uncharacteristic of a McDermott defense. There's that dyslexia kicking in. But anyway, yeah, it's really uncharacteristic of McDermott's defense to have people that aren't tackling properly. So that's why I'm thinking, like, I don't know. Henry could get some more carries here because of that reason right there. I'm willing to take the chance and put Henry in. Yeah, Burrow versus Cleveland or Patrick Mahomes versus the Chargers defense. I'm going to say Joe Burrow on this one definitely has the advantage because Cleveland is awful. They're still awful. So, Burrow's going to light them up. It's going to be a little sloppy for a drive or two because they're just getting into the regular season. But I think once they get into a rhythm, Joe Burrow is going to shred that Cleveland defense. It's going to be bad. And I could see Patrick Mahomes putting out, 14 in the first quarter too. You never know. Against that Chargers defense, I mean, it is Pat Mahomes, man. I'm just saying, it's Pat Mahomes. They can't get this guy down. You can blitz him. You could throw the entire kitchen sink at this dude. He will escape it, and he will still turn it into positive yards. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's crazy. So, I don't know, man. That's kind of a 50-50 now. That's kind of a 50-50 now. I'm leaning 60-40 towards Joe Burrow for the sole reason of Joe Burrow just shredding Cleveland's defense. That's just been a thing for a number of years now. It's just Cincinnati just absolutely shredding the Browns. But, I could be wrong. Who knows? The crazy part is last year, Kansas City actually lost their opener. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it to Cleveland? Let me Google that real quick. I seem to remember. I know Kansas City lost that opener. Chiefs scores 2024. Yeah. How did that season open? Yes, it was to the Bears. That's who it was. In preseason, and then they lost to the Chiefs and the Seahawks in preseason. And then lost to the Cardinals in preseason. But we all know that they won the Super Bowl. So here's the thing. I need this. I need this in better format. This is garbage. Let's try. ESPN has it more organized than this. This is garbage. I hate Google sometimes. Yeah, let me have it. There we go. Chiefs. Okay, yeah. Schedule 24. Okay. Their first game in 2024 was against Baltimore. They only lost to Buffalo and Denver last year, which is insane. But I mean, look how close we came to beating them though. 30-27. I mean, that game was wild. We put up a heck of a fight. We put the fear of God in them. And then we did the same thing to the Eagles too the very next week, which was crazy. But I'm trying to think which year was that? Ah, it was 23. It was 23. It was the Lions that I was thinking of. The Lions beat them the first game of the year. Man. Man, oh man. How about that? And they had a rough November too. I remember that, yeah. November and December. In particular, December. God, December looked horrible for KC. But by that point, they had already won like a ton of games already. So it really didn't matter. So they've got the Chargers to start out the year. That's an interesting start. I don't think they've ever played a division opponent first game of the year. So preseason they lost all 3 games. Okay. They put up 27 against Chicago with the starters. Pacheco put up 21. Thornton. Oh yeah, they've got Zappy. I forgot they had Zappy. Oh man. Yo, Kenny, you still in chat, bro? How did you let How did you let the Chiefs get Zappy from you? Are you kidding me? Yikes. I've been watching Zappy for his entire NFL career so far. That dude is good. Make no mistake about it, that dude is good. And like y'all better watch the Chiefs, man. They know what they're doing. These guys are aiming to stay around for a long time. They're not going away. Neither will the Eagles. Ooh, game 2, Chiefs versus Eagles. Oh. And we got a 1 o'clock game? Shoot, we might have to react to that one, y'all. We might have to react to that. We're doing post game anyway. Let's react to that junk, man. I'm down. Anybody that usually joins the Discord for the game days, y'all in for that? Shoot, I'm in. Let's react to that junk, man. That's going to be a fun game right there. That's a Super Bowl rematch. Sheesh. Alright, but let's see. Did that change it? 151? Okay. Let's see projected points. They're thinking Deebo Samuel's going to go off against the Giants. I agree with that. It's Eckler that's having trouble, huh? Okay, this is why you don't always pay attention to the projected points, because you want to pay attention to the matchup and what these teams are doing. Because sometimes those projected points could be very deceiving. There's a number of these situations where they have been. I say this Eckler is going to be a problem against the Giants. He is definitely going to be a problem. I would not count that dude out at all. You know what? No. I like where I'm at right now. I like this. Butker is going to be good. He's a solid, reliable kicker. Buffalo's got a solid defense. You know, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. This team's going to be good. I think potential weaknesses. I'm looking at Connor right now. I'm looking at maybe Austin Eckler. And Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden might struggle because we don't know what Jordan Love is going to do. You know what I mean? Is he going to look his direction or not? You know? How often is Golden going to be doubled? We don't know. You know? I think you should. I think I should be safe with Debo, though. Debo should be alright. Because Washington has a few wide receiver weapons. So, you know, knowing what I know about some of these teams has helped me to draft better, you know, and understand, like, what I'm dealing with. And, like, the more you do fantasy, you know, over the years, the more, and the more you study these teams and really understand what is going on with some of these players and their certain situations, the better you're going to do in fantasy football. Like, it's that simple. You know, and don't always pay attention to the projected points because the projected points could be fools. That could be a fool's gold, man. Be careful about chasing that fool's gold. I'm warning y'all right now. Because I've been in a lot of these situations where I trusted the fool's gold and I got absolutely fooled. And I didn't get half the points I was looking to get. You know, so it's something you gotta pay attention to. You gotta watch those matchups. The matchups are everything. That's my advice for y'all. The matchups are everything. And I can say that without giving away trade secrets. That's not trade secrets. Everybody knows this. This is how fantasy football's played. Now the trade secrets come in where I know exactly what to pick up. You know, at the proper time. I know what to research, and I know these players. I know what they can and cannot do. That's trade secrets. That I cannot tell you on stream. But I am bold enough to say Travis Kelce is the main reason why I've got 2 rings sitting on my desk right now. I'd be wearing them on stream right now, but you know I don't want to take them out of the case. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's appropriate right now. But point being, the proof is in the formula that I use, and the formula works every time. So, with this league, I'm still trying to get my footing in it because we've had a couple of issues with it, last year and this year, just trying to get it set up to where, it took me forever to get a hold of people to get this whole thing scheduled, make sure everybody's in, and being a commissioner is such a pain in the rear end. But, the longer you do this, the easier it gets. That's what I've heard. So, it was tricky getting all the communication, email, and whatnot dealt with. That's the real fun part. It's just dealing with all that, to get it set up. But if you want to do this, go for it. Yahoo Sports app, go for it. As far as the other ones that are good, ESPN is good. I don't know what kind of leagues they have in NFL.com though. I would be cautious about that. And also, ESPN sometimes makes you pay for some of the advice stuff, so be aware of that. I think Yahoo does too, but I don't need the advice from Yahoo. I already know what I'm doing. So, I think it's interesting that you can't knock it back down to 10 teams after a certain point within like 48 hours of the first official game, I think, or the one that's going to count for that week. Because sometimes I've seen that happen on the weekends before too, right before I get it set up, and I'm like, why is there an error? When I was trying to knock it down to 10 teams because nobody else would jump in. So we've got 2 bots in here. So I think that could get real interesting. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, everybody seemed to be okay with playing against bots, so we'll go with that. Yeah, everybody voted yes, so I was like, okay, the motion carries, the vote carries for it. No one seems to have a problem with it, so we'll see how we do. We'll check in periodically, as we are with the other league as well, and I'll keep you updated on how I'm doing. I'm not gonna tell you about transactions that I'm making these 2 leagues until after they already happen. Because I don't want people getting wind of what I'm going to do before I do it. If that makes sense. So I'll do all the transactions off stream. And then I'll show you on stream what those transactions were. Because I don't feel comfortable putting those on stream, to be fair, until after they've been made. And I feel like if anybody in this crew were running the podcast instead of me, they would feel the same way, It's just a matter of respect, Because I don't want to give away trade secrets, of what I'm going to do before I do it. But, yeah, this is a good crew. I'm happy with it. Yahoo's going to give me a grade for it. They give me a D- for the other one. Can you believe that? A D minus? Let me let me just quickly show you who I have in that other on that other team real quick for the people that missed it. Look at this garbage. It's a D minus, really? A D minus? You're joking, right? Okay, Joe Burrow, Devontae Adams, Xavier Legette, Isaiah Pacheco, who's going to get used a lot, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce, Christian McCaffrey, Adam Thielen, Tutu Atwell, Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Hopkins, which is a gamble pick. I realize that. Dalton Kincaid, the tight end for Buffalo. Harrison Buckner. I got a backup kicker just in case I need him. Tyler Boss for Buffalo. Kansas City's defense, Buffalo's defense, Buda Baker, and Levante David. Tell me how that's a D minus. Please tell me how that's a D minus, Yahoo. Please tell me. In a bold move, we decided to have 5 players from the same team. It was the way to go. Yeah, because the Kansas City Chiefs have won freaking 3 Super Bowls recently. Come on. Yahoo, have you been living under a rock? Jeez, man. That's crazy. Oh, I'd rather have a kicking competition rather than a winning season? Man, please. 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 Please enlighten me how that's a bad thing to have a second kicker for the bye week. After the bye week, I'm tossing him. And I'm getting a wide receiver or a running back. Please tell me how that's a bad move. Y'all predicted me to have 0 and 14. 0 and 14. 0 and 14. Hey, Tony and Cody from C3. I know you're gonna love this right here. I don't know if y'all do Yahoo Fantasy, but this is my ice up moment for Yahoo. This is my ice up moment. Ice up, son. Because there ain't no way. There ain't no way I go 0 for 4, 0 and 14 with that crew. No way. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. That is wild. Now, I want y'all to read these names again. And this is the stuff I'm not even showing you. Hold up. Just read these names. Tell me how that's a D minus. Tell me how that's a D minus. Somebody explain that to me. How that's a D minus. And I go 0 and 14 projected. You're joking, right? Yahoo. Yahoo, you're joking, right? Like, how? Four of these gentlemen have Super Bowl rings. Please. Oh my goodness. So stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna be in the playoffs again. Y'all watch. Y'all watch and see. Ill City, I'm gonna be in the playoffs. I might start out 1 and 3 or 0 and 3. You know, that's typical. That's normal. But once I start getting hot, baby. Once I start winning, that's it. Y'all better watch it, man. in that other league in Ill City. That D minus is gonna look stupid real quick. It's gonna look stupid real quick, Yahoo. Keep doubting me though. Keep doubting me. Y'all gave me a D minus the last time I won a ring too. I remember that. As they say in Game of Thrones, the North remembers. Come on, man. Did they seriously just give me a D minus again? Man. Yahoo, man. Yahoo, y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. There's no way. No, I gotta read this. This is gonna be good. Comedy of errors. Okay. Well. If it isn't cardiac attitude decided to take a scenic route to finish football mediocrity. Drafting from the 7th spot, they managed to snag a D minus grade, which is about as popular as a flat tire in a draft day. I'm Rob Snyder. You know I had to break out with that joke right there. God, man. With a projected record of 3-12. 3-12. But this article is a joke. This article is the comedy club. What do you mean? Oh my god. Ranking the 4th toughest in the league schedule-wise. Good luck finding a silver lining in that cloud. I will. Watch this. In a bold move, Cardiac Cats went all in on players from the same team. Drafting 3 of them. Talk about commit. Yeah. 3 players from the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl winners last year. Womp womp. Yeah, y'all didn't factor that into your article, did you? Is this written by a bot? Sheesh, man. Unfortunately, they may have confused team chemistry with team catastrophe. 5 players on bye week in week 10. It looks like that when you take a vacation while the rest of the league battles it out. I have backup players. And there's also free agency. Again, y'all aren't taking all of this into consideration, are you? This has to be written by a bot. Come on. They'll keep us entertained this season just for their winning ways. Okay. Really? Yahoo, seriously. We gotta talk. Since when was it a bad thing to take 3 players from the Kansas City Chiefs that have Super Bowl rings? Since when is that a bad thing? And all 3 of them are points getters. I would know that because I have 2 fantasy rings in 5 years. Using said players. In a prior league. Don't talk to me about how that's a bad thing. Okay, just stop. Yahoo. What a joke, man. When is it a bad thing to take Patrick Mahomes? When is it a bad thing to take Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football? Please explain that one to me. Please explain that one to me. Oh, and Joe Burrow too, who is currently lighting it up in fantasy. Not to mention how many garbage articles that Yahoo has put out from their sports article writers. So yeah, you think I'm worried about that? Miss me with that D minus grade. Miss me with that. Completely miss me with that. Every year y'all give me the D minus grade in Ill City, and I get into the playoffs. Every year. Except one, I think. I think 1 year. But, that was COVID year, I think it was. But, that might have been 2 years ago. That might have been 2 years ago. Point is, I was going through some major life changes, off camera, so dealing with some stuff, so I wasn't as focused on fantasy football that year, which kind of cost me. So it's totally understandable that I didn't make the playoffs that year. But like the rest of the years when I was taking it seriously, like I was in. Period. There was no doubt about it. I was in. You know, in the Ill City League. Now, my league, yes, I missed the playoffs last year, but it was my first year just trying to get the hang of the ropes of this league, and get it straightened out, as a commissioner. So yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on this one. This one didn't matter to me because I was going for the ring in the other one. Once I realized it was not possible in this league, I kind of let y'all have it, and started focusing on the ring in the other one. Fair enough, right? I wanted the ring because I've got a consistent winning record in that one. So this year we're gonna see what happens. I'm playing against one of the gentlemen from that league over there. I think two of the gentlemen from over there, if I'm not mistaken, in this league, our official channel league. So we'll see what happens. And you look at the projection. 41% versus 59. I've been here before. I ain't scared of that. I am not scared of that number whatsoever. Put me as an underdog. I don't care. Shoot. I'll be an underdog every week. I don't care. I do not care. Come at your boy, I don't care. Which week is the bye week for everybody? There's like 5 players, right? That supposedly had bye week. Which week was that? Okay, yep. There's 2 right there. So I would need to change them out during week 8. Gotcha. Word. Gotcha. We're a long way out from that though. So so just to give you an idea of the managers in this group this year, you got Black and Blue, Derek. I'm Cardiac Cats, of course. Respectfully. Terrific team is my buddy Corey Rucker. You've seen him on stream recently. when I went up for the Fan Fest. Win How, you've seen do a post game commentary with me a few years ago. With I was also over at his house for the Super Bowl reaction parties, you know. So the most entertaining one of those two that I did was the one with the against the Eagles in overtime. That was a lot of fun. I may have gotten a little bit too, shall we say, lubricated, and that day was not. That was a lot of fun for me, but not so much fun for Eagles fans. Or was it? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, that was a heck of a freaking Super Bowl. I remember that one. But yeah, but yeah, that's when how he's been on stream with me before. Uh, Kenny, who you've seen in chat, is Dark Angel. That's him. Kings of Darkness. Jose was, I think, one of the people that volunteered last year to jump in. You know, and he's resetting again. You know, this year and wanted to jump in. Marcos is one of the people from Ill City. Um, and so is R. Brian. R. Brian runs the Ill City League over there. That has the rings and everything. We're all filled up over there, so don't even try to get in. You know, you'll never get in. That man wants to keep it exactly the list that he has. So, you know, but I'm trying for rings over there, man. And I got 2 of them. I almost had 3 out of 5 years, which is nuts. So, Chad's a newcomer. He's been in our team chat. You've heard him during streams, you know, reacting to the games and stuff. Um, he's the one that's always talking about contracts and whatnot. So that's Chad. So we welcome him in. And Shadow, I think, is a bot. I think that's a bot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 teams. Yeah, it's 10 teams. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. It wouldn't let me change it out of 12 spots, so I think if there are 2 bots, then they'll show up. But I don't think they're going to show up, though. I think it did it out of 10, didn't it? I just want to make sure. Commissioner. Yeah, see, it wouldn't let me change it out of 12 before you draft. I think that was the problem. Is I couldn't change it because I already set the draft time. I don't know. I don't know how that works, to be honest. We're gonna set that as our chosen image. Well, no, I want that. I want that. Go ahead and save that. Cool. All right. All right. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 teams. That's crazy. They gave me a D minus. That's crazy. Like, are you joking? Alright, last year, like I said, I wasn't taking it seriously because I had a lot of stuff going on off camera. So I wasn't focused on this league as much. So I missed out on a lot of opportunities and free agent pickups and whatnot. So, it is what it is. But, congrats to Marco's team last year that won it. 12-2. 12-2-1. So, gotta love that, man. Gotta love that. I'm the first one to actually make a move this year because I got Excel. On my roster now. And I believe I made the right move because, you look at Xavier Legette's preseason so far and the fact that he hasn't dropped many balls, and that was a major issue for him last year. So I think now that he's solved that, they're going to start throwing the ball his way. I really, really do believe that. Because who are they going to throw to when Ted McMillan is getting doubled? They're going to throw it to Excel. And vice versa. If they view Excel as more of a threat, they're going to try for T-Mac because he's a rookie. So I think that in that way, it could go either way, to be honest. It could go either way. So it all depends on how the defenses react to both players. And now that we've got Renfroe, in slot, that's an added weapon. It was going to be Coker in slot. Now it's Renfroe. I don't think we lost that much talent in Coker to Renfroe, balance. So my whole thing is like, if you want a solid slot man, Renfroe's your guy. He can play slot. He can play short routes, medium routes, deep routes, whatever you need him to do. Renfroe is your guy. And I always love the fact that he is just such a multi-tool in route running. And he's a solid pass catcher, speedster. Well, not necessarily a speedster anymore, but he was a massive speedster when he first came into the league. But his foot and balance is amazing. His reach for balls and passes that go his direction is amazing. You heard it from J.C. Horn. He said he's impossible to guard. Like, he had so much trouble guarding him in training camp. And he said the same thing about Ted McMillan too. Was it Ted? Was it T-Mac he said that about? Or was it Jimmy Horn? It was Jimmy Horn. Yeah, it was Jimmy Horn. Alright, so be looking for Jimmy Horn to do something big every once in a blue moon. You never know, right? But I like that pickup for me, man, because it just makes sense, Because if T-Mac doesn't go off, then XL is going to, and vice versa. So I'm going to go ahead and tag T-Mac just to see, if he happens to pop up, that's cool. I doubt he shows back up, though. I'm going to tag him anyway just to keep an eye on him. There you go. Um, Anybody else I want to keep an eye on? Because I know whoever drafted Chuba is not going to let go of him. I know that. I'm not stupid. You know, I just like to keep up with the points, just to see how they're doing. It's not necessarily that I'm interested in picking them up. It's more so I'm interested in what they're going to do, you know? And that's not part of my strategy. That's not part of my formula or any of that. I can freely say that on stream. You know, I don't mind doing that, because it's Panthers players, I keep up with my boys. That's what we do. So I'll start tagging some of these guys later on, when I've got more time tomorrow. But I like it. I like it. I think this is gonna be a good team here. These guys are gonna last for a little bit. Um, Real quick while we're talking about Panthers stuff. The official depth chart is out. I want to talk about the depth chart real quick, just briefly. There's not much to talk about, to be honest. Other than the fact that Delvin Campbell made the roster, third spot. I like where this offensive line depth chart looks right now. I like where everybody is at. Cade Mays is going to be able to help out at right guard or left if we don't trust Zavala fully. If Damian Lewis happens to go down and Zavala has to come in, then Cade Mays can automatically help out at left guard as well. So we've got depth there with Cade Mays. Brady Christensen can help out everywhere. So tackle, guard, center, everywhere. So, I don't mind running it back with this crew. I don't mind at all. I would like to eventually upgrade on Josh Neiman and or Zavala at some point down the line. One of the two I would like to upgrade, in the next draft. So we would be looking for the next multi-tool that would help out Brady Christensen and Cade Mays. Maybe a guard. Maybe somebody that could do guard and help out Cade Mays would be nice. I would prefer a tackle, though. I would prefer somebody that can go left or right tackle. That's what I would prefer. But, aim for a right tackle that can also play left. And have that tackle play in place of Josh Neiman. That way, Brady Christensen can focus on the left tackle backup spot. We have a purpose for him, and Cade Mays can still do his thing at guard, in both guard positions. I think that's the strategy I would like to see happen. Go for a right tackle that can also play left. Let's do that. Do y'all agree with that, or what do you think? All right. I'm looking at tight end position. James Mitchell's going to be playing special teams. Delvin Campbell's going to be special teams. Jimmy Horn's doing returns. Second string returns. No, third string returns on punt returns. Fourth string on kick return. All right, so that tells me Jimmy Horn's probably going to be special teams. Until they need him. They must think a lot of Bryson Tremaine. Honestly, I didn't even notice him until the last week of training camp. Throughout social media. So I'm gonna take their word for it. If Bryson Tremaine is impressing the coaches, then I'm gonna take their word for it. Because what else can we do? We haven't been able to look at these guys in person, so fair enough, right? We've seen a couple of clips of Bryson Tremaine doing well, so fine by me. Chuba, Rico, Trevor, makes sense. Bryce Young, Andy Dalton, makes sense. They don't like to carry 3 quarterbacks, although I disagree with that because of injury purposes. But that's just me. Moving on to the defense, you got Cam Jackson sitting behind Alshon Robinson, love it. Bobby Brown behind Treshaun Wharton, love it. Be aware though, if you see Bobby Brown making some moves and moving up the ladder on Wharton for first defensive end spot, don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Don't be surprised. Derek Brown, of course, doing his thing. So we're extremely thin at defensive end. We've got literally 3 defensive ends. Everybody else is a linebacker or a corner or a defensive tackle right at the moment. So I don't know how I feel about that. We got 2 defensive tackles. I think we'll be all right there. So mostly it's really everybody's in linebacking core here. That's made the roster. And corner as it should be. Thomas Incoom is going to be special teams. Quaden is going to be sitting there in depth just in case you need him. Bam Martin Scott probably special teams mostly. And let's not forget, they put Thomas Davis in special teams as a hands guy. Everybody thought it was odd that Thomas Davis would be a hands guy for an onside kick. But the crazy part is it actually ended up working out really, really well back in 15. So you just never know. You maybe we put Quaden out there as a hands guy, and he turns out to be the guy that catches an onside kick. Crazier things have happened. So that's what I'm saying. Don't knock it. Don't knock it till you see it. DJ Johnson's special teams, Mathis special teams, Caleb Evans special teams. And this makes me happy because Caleb Evans should be third string. If he's going to make the 53, he should be third string. He should be doing stuff on special teams. Corey Thornton's earned the job for number 3. Chad Smith-Wade's a nickel. Caleb Evans at number 4. I mean, for me, that's where it's at. And I agree with the management on this one. On this decision, I think it's the right one. Shamar on practice squad, so if you want to bring up Shamar, and have him battle it out with Evans, that would be fine with me. If we happen to have another injury, let's do that. Let's make sure we get the best number 4 corner out there that we could possibly put out there. If a Caleb Evans is handling his business with the closing speed and actually getting some pass deflections, then I have zero problem with it. If he's not getting those pass deflections and he keeps getting burnt and you work with Shamar and he's not after progress is made, in the first few weeks, put Shamar on the 53. As we've said before, this is an active 53-man roster, so moves can be made at any point. Any point. But are these guys eligible for practice squad? See, that's the thing. Evans is not. And that's why it would fall on somebody like Damari Mathis, to end up on squad to go up and get Shamar. But here's the thing. They apparently think Mathis is better than Shamar at this point. We haven't seen any tapes, so we don't know if we agree with that or not. I'm still learning about Damari Mathis. I'm talking to the team chat people about him. So we're going to find out who he is, and we're going to learn about him together, all right? But Mathis is a 5'11", 195-pound guy from Pittsburgh. 4 years in the league. Doesn't have any stats. So, once we find out some stuff, we'll let you guys know. Until then, I have no choice but to put Evans above Mathis until that happens. Until we know something about this dude. Show me some stats in a game. Show me some pass deflections. Show me some closing speed, out there. And good tackling ability. And then I'll say absolutely green light, put him over Evans. Because that's what we're looking for. Even if he's lacking in one of those spots, that's fine. As long as it's not tackling, put him above Evans. Safety position is exactly what you would expect it to be. Moehrig, Richardson, Nick Scott, Lathan Ransom. As expected. Sam Martin is the punter. Ryan Fitzgerald won the kicking job. So we'll see how that goes. And in an interesting twist, they put Trevor Etienne as a kick returner and a punt returner. So apparently they like him more than Rico, David Moore, and Jimmy Orr Jr. at this point. So we'll see how that goes with the new kicking rules. We haven't really made any moves or done anything big, but I will say this. Hunter Renfrow almost didn't get signed because his kid was on the phone. He missed how many calls from Dan and everybody in the front office. And the kid was watching Bluey or something, so I think it's funny that that almost didn't happen because of Bluey. That's hilarious. But hey, kid's gonna kid, you know what I mean? Kids love Bluey. What can I say? But Panthers finalized practice squad with 3 signings, 1 release. And that 1 release was Crumedy. We got DJ Dallas, the running back in the corner, Kalen King. Now, I don't know much about these gentlemen. I've never heard of them before. They released Shamar from the practice squad to do this, which I'm not a fan of. I'll go ahead and say that right now. I'm not a fan of that. Not a good move. I think Shamar's got a lot of talent. He just has to be developed a little bit and get that closing speed figured out. You know, his tackling skills are good. You know, he can deflect balls. He can make moves. He can make plays. You just have to put him in position to do it. But yeah, the biggest thing was Crumity. And honestly, that move didn't surprise me one bit because he hasn't really done anything. Although Canales is like, oh yeah, he's a jack of all trades. Okay, a jack of what trades? What has he done other than just run stop? Because to me, like all I've seen of him is he's just a one trick pony. Maybe I've got the wrong read, but maybe you see something I don't, Dave. But you know, if he's a jack of all trades, then why are we cutting him? Yeah, I'd like an explanation on that. You know, dive a little deeper on that one if you don't mind, man. I'd like to learn a little bit more about what you're thinking on that one, Dave Canales, because I like your opinions on things. I like what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. You're making all the right moves, and I completely agree with them. You know, the reasoning may be a little different from my reasoning, but hey, I'm down. I'm with it. I'm 100% on the train right now with your moves, your transactions for the team right now because they make sense. Um, so Dallas has a background with the Panthers head coach Dave Canales, former fourth round pick of the Seahawks. Oh, okay. So Dallas is the one that you were talking about. Has the jack of all trades. Got it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Now we're on the same page, guys. Now we're on the same page. I got it. I just misread it. My bad. King is a seventh round pick of the Packers, 2024 out of Penn State. Spent last year on the practice squad. Yeah. That's not a name that stood out to me because, you know, he's a seventh rounder. I wouldn't even look at seventh round corners, to be honest with you. So, that name wouldn't pop off to me. I was expecting him to go seventh round, undrafted, probably. Um, Along with a bunch of these other guys at the time. So, if the Packers couldn't use him, then we'll see what we can get out of him. But yeah, they finished those moves on Thursday of last week. Getting them to the in-season limit of 17 on the practice squad. So there you go. I thought the squad limit was like 13 or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is 17. And I just wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so 13, add two more. And then three signings. Yeah, that's 17. Okay. We signed Hunter Renfrow, man. Big move. I'm very, very pleased with it. And, you know, I recognize he's only around until Coker comes back. I get it. You know, But at the same time, like, he chose us specifically. He said it's either Carolina or I don't play at all this year. I was like, whoa. There's your real storyline. Because think about this, folks. We are finally getting some of these people in here that really want to be here. They want to come here specifically to Carolina. And that's what progress does for your team. That's what a good coaching staff does for your team. And a good GM that knows what he's doing. You know, he doesn't overpay people. He doesn't underpay people. He doesn't screw them over. He doesn't, only talk to the agents. No, he actually wants to talk to specifically the players sometimes to get stuff done. Dan Morgan knows what he's doing. Yeah, for the most part, he deals with just agents. But point being, he knows what he wants. Dave Canales knows what he wants. So they go after specific players that really want to be here. You look at Taylor Moton. He wants to be here. He wants to stay here. He wants to end his career here. So when you're looking at different aspects of signings and whatnot like that, you have to take all of that into account. So I'm very pleased that we have a player that really wants to actually be here. And chose us specifically and ignored all those other calls from other teams. And yes, there were teams that were interested. He turned them all down. Hunter said, I want to play for Carolina. That's loyalty, y'all. That's loyalty. That's the loyalty that we used to have in Carolina. Y'all remember that? When these players only chose us because they wanted to actually come here and play with Ron Rivera and all the people that we had back then. They wanted to be a part of what we were doing because they sensed that we were winning football games. We were actually trying to get the division title. We were doing things. So we were an active team. And now we're back to that point where we're an active team. And people want to be here. They chose us specifically. And ignored other phone calls from other teams. And it wasn't about money. No, folks. It's not about money. Hunter chose us specifically because that's love. Because we showed him love. Because he saw who we were as an organization. Personality-wise. Welcoming-wise. Just in general, what we throw out there, as a vibe. He saw that and he recognized it immediately because that's the type of energy he got from Clemson too. Back in the early days, when Dabo chose him, and it meant the world to him that Dabo chose him to go to Clemson. Specifically. He could have chosen 100 other wide receivers, but he chose Hunter back then. For a reason. Because this dude is special. He saw something in this dude that he didn't see in the rest of these guys that were 4 or 5 star recruits. He saw a potential multi-tool jack of all trades wide receiver route wise, hands wise, foot wise, that he could mold into something big, into an NFL wide receiver. And not just an NFL wide receiver, but an excellent person in general too, character wise. So when you think about the character aspect of it, and you apply that to Hunter choosing specifically us, we had the same type of energy in our front office right now, in our locker room, in our fan base. Think about that. Let that sink in. That's what we are creating. That culture right there that Hunter Renfrow wants to be a part of. That's beautiful. It's finally happening again. We've been waiting for that for a long, long time, y'all. Long, long time. And I'm so happy that he decided to choose us. Like, it means the world to me as a Panthers fan. Not just as a Clemson fan, but as a Panthers fan first. It means everything to me that he chose us. He wanted to be a part of this Panther family, man. That's big. That's bigger than whatever he was signed for, whatever he was going to do on the field. That's the storyline right there. The loyalty. And Dan's relentless pursuit of Hunter Renfrow. Because keep this in mind. He has a family. He has a kid, man. And, kids gonna be kids. He's busy doing dad things. Buying a cart. Doing his thing. He finally got on the phone and he was like, you know what? Let me think this over. Let me really, really put my heart and soul into this. And if God decides I should be here in Carolina, that's where I'm going to be. If you're a religious person, you respect that right there. You love that. If you're not, hey, more power to you. The energies that be decided that this was the right fit for him. Or whatever you believe in. Decided this was the right fit for him. And I just want to say how much that means to me as a Panthers fan, that this man chose us. Putting the Clemson bias aside, he chose us. Any player that chooses us, I'm overjoyed at. Because, whether you're good, average, great, fantastic, superstar, pro level, I don't care. You choose us, as long as you're not a player that doesn't have the skills and is just mediocre or below, then it's whatever. But if you are a player that's got the skills and you've got the talent and you've got the heart and you've got the love for Carolina, and you choose to be here and you skip out on all those other phone calls to come here, I got love for that. I got love for that right there. Because that's loyalty. That's loyalty. You can't buy that. You can't put a price on that. That's beautiful. Dan and Dave, you created this. This beautiful culture right here. Hats off to you for that right there. Because that's what we want. That is what we want going forward. And that's going to lead to a lot more signings. And a lot more people wanting to be a part of this. Y'all pay attention to watch. It's going to lead to more. See if I'm right. This is just the beginning. This is the crack in the door to getting more people to come here. This is the beginning of it. and I'm excited for it. All right. Now that we're done with all the Panthers news and stuff like that, let's talk Bill Belichick, man. Let's talk Bill Belichick. This is one of the few times I'm actually gonna bring him up myself. North Carolina Tar Heels debut, and he finally got the karma he deserved. I'm saying it. He finally got the karma he deserved. Because you look at whether he was cheating or not during those games while he was the New England Patriots head coach. That team was blowing people out left and right. You know, he had the refs in his back pocket. You know, everybody wants to complain about the Chiefs and the refs right now. Oh, no, 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 no. Tom and the referees made that look like a Sunday picnic during that dynasty. That's how bad it was. The first 2 years of KC were clean. Can New England say the same? You go back to the early years of that New England dynasty, the very twilight years of it. Can New England say the same? That's what I'm saying. Like, Bill Belichick is a brilliant strategist. I will give him that. He will bring people to North Carolina. I'll give him that too. But he can't cheat his way into a win. TCU is an excellent freaking football team. They've got some really talented players. And the reason I'm bringing this game up, and it's not just for Bill Belichick, you know, and the karma nonsense, you know, is because I noticed TCU's defensive line. That game forced me to pay attention to that D-line in that first game. That's a nasty squad. And if any of those guys are draftable, I think we need to put a scout out there in TCU and pay attention to them. Because TCU occasionally comes up with a really, really good player. Or two. That we may need going into a draft. So I highly suggest we put a scout out there and take a look at them. So while we're doing this, let's see what these guys have. Because that D-line really impressed me. TCU. Y'all got a roster for me? Yeah, give me a roster. I want to see what we're dealing with here. Because if these guys aren't ranked, they need to be at least in consideration after that game. Because that was a bloodbath of a game. And I enjoyed every minute of it too. But before I get into all that stuff about Bill Belichick, let me just study these guys for a minute. Because I need to see what we got here. Running back. Yeah. Kevarian Barnes. This dude is a beast. 220-pound running back. 5'9". From Texas. Yeah, he's a monster. That dude was moving the piles, man. I was watching him. He was moving the piles. Now, granted, North Carolina Tar Heels have not established their team yet under Bill Belichick. But I could tell I know how to read these guys, man. I know how to scout these guys. Barnes has got the it factor. He has got it for me. Like I he made me pay attention to him. And for a college game like that, that's not easy to do. You know, you got to earn my respect. You know, if I'm not a fan of TCU, if I'm not a fan of like say Texas Tech or somebody like that, if you're a player and you're trying to get your attention out there and people to watch you, Barnes certainly did that, and then so. You know, normally I would not pay attention to a game like TCU versus North Carolina because I would think, okay, yeah, TCU's gonna win. Da 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 da. Bill Belichick's first year out. You know, I was like, you know, let me check this out. Let me see what's going on here. You know, there's got to be a reason that score is what it is. You know, and it's not just because North Carolina's still building up their talent under Bill. You know, for the first year. But yeah, I wanted to watch that game for scouting purposes too. Because every now and then a TCU player slips through the cracks and gets to the NFL draft and gets drafted by a really good team. So you just never know. In particular, we had a wide receiver that got picked up last year. Case in point. You know, so I'm looking at Barnes and I'm going, this dude has it, man. This dude has it. You know, so keep that name in mind when we go into the scouting for the draft in March and April. Kavarian Barnes, I guarantee you, this dude's gonna be up there in the top 25 picks. I'll say it right now. I'll say it. I think he's got enough talent to be up there. Another player I noticed just offensively was who was it? It wasn't them. It wasn't them. It wasn't Dwyer. Dwyer didn't even play, did he? Braylon James, yeah. Braylon James, 6'2", 190 pounds. Yeah, that dude could play. That dude could play. They got some wide receivers, man. I'm telling you, these guys are good. They know how to develop these guys. That's one of the best wide receiver universities in the country. Every one of them comes out of there talented. Now, who I'm interested in is that D line. Show me that D line. Also, I was paying attention to the corners too, man. It wasn't Glover. It was oh man, Micah Strickland. Strickland was a beast out there, man. That dude was everywhere. 6'1", 185 pounds. That dude was moving out there, man. I want to see this dude's 40 time when he goes into the combine at some point down the line. He's a freshman now. Wait till he goes into that combine room and does a 40 time. Because that dude is fast. He was lightning fast during that North Carolina Tar Heels game. I noticed him and I was like, whoa. And believe me when I tell you, I can spot the guys that have the it factor. That dude's got it. So does that running back for TCU. Yes, yeah. So remember that name, Jeremy. You got Micah Strickland. Remember that name, Micah Strickland. He's gonna become a factor for a couple of years there. But yeah, I'm paying attention to that D line, man. Where are these guys at? Yeah, there we go. Perry Cole Jr. 320 pounds of pure muscle, 6'3". Sophomore. Okay. Okay. Tristan Johnson, 6'3", 290 pounds. Yeah, these guys are big gentlemen. These are big, muscular monsters on that D line. They sent in a couple of these linebackers in there too for some blitzes. And man, they gave that quarterback heck, man. He had no chance during that game. None. It was like that offensive line wasn't even there. I was like, God dang. I'm trying to tell you. You have to really be good to catch my attention at college level. You know, like right out of the gate, first game. Because normally I'm not paying attention to the first week. You know, I most of these games I could care less what the heck is going on. I'm paying attention to my Tigers, and that's really about it. Whatever the Gamecocks are doing scoreboard wise, you know, I pay attention to them. You know, every now and then if they play a good team, I'll watch them. But I mean, for scouting purposes, but mostly I don't watch games like TCU and North Carolina. You know, because normally it doesn't affect me that much. You know, I'm not that interested in it. But the fact that Bill Belichick was there, you know, and I wanted to see Bill Belichick get humbled, you know, that's the reason I watched. But I wasn't counting on seeing that TCU D line do what they do. So, I mean, I'm starting to get it. I like TCU. I do. I think they're. I'm starting to find some favorability with this team. You know, I like what they do as a university too. You know, all their college programs and everything. Yeah, it's a fun university, man. Good people. I like Sonny Dykes too. I think he's an excellent coach. I think, yeah. They showed a video of him just getting pissed off and just slamming the desk, you know, during a presser. And I was like, yeah, this dude's legit pissed off. This is real. These are his real emotions. You know, he's not putting on a show. He's not faking it. He's not lying to you. That's real. I was like, good to know. Good to know. You know? Yeah, Mr. Dax, I'm going to keep an eye on you, sir. You got a good coaching style, and I like you. Let's see how you do. You know, TCU's got a good team, man. They got a good team. Let's see how well that works out this year. They got SMU. They got Arizona State. That's another win. That's another win. Colorado. That's going to be the big one right there on October 4th. Deion Sanders' team. And I would love to see them beat Colorado at home. I would like to see that happen. And then you got a Kansas State. That's a win over Kansas State. Baylor's garbage. That's a win. And then West Virginia to finish it off. I'll say this: West Virginia is not a slouch team anymore. Every once in a while, they get a good crew. And I think they got a decent one this time. So we'll see what happens in that October 25th game. Who knows? But, yeah, I think this team will go to one loss. I'm going to say one loss, maybe two losses. We'll see what happens, though. But I like that schedule for them. It looks favorable. 48-14. I mean, you think about how many times Bill Belichick has done that to teams in the NFL, whether cheating or not cheating. And I'm just thinking, what over the years, what would happen if he got beaten by a team that was legitimately good and clean and not racking up penalties and doing things, to hurt themselves, not doing anything that would cost them the game, And the biggest thing of all, not cheating. And just fully putting on the gas pedal on Bill Belichick. What would that be like for Bill Belichick, who is used to winning every single game? I mean, that's got to be a humbling experience right there. That's got to be a humbling experience for him. Somewhere deep down in that stone cold heart of his, that's got to be a humbling experience. And maybe, just maybe, that might have woken him up to the point where he's just like, nah, I'm not gonna, be that guy anymore. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, in college football, you gotta be that guy. That's the problem. That's the problem with that logic. And I think back to Dabo in his first year. He was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then he quickly learned, you have to do that. Otherwise, teams will take advantage of that and use that against you. In college football, that's how it works. In the NFL, you can kind of stop after a certain point because you made your point. You're better than that other team. You can start putting in subs. But it's not like that in college football, guys. You got to keep the hammer down. Otherwise, these teams will come back. And they will beat you. It's happened so many freaking times. I've lost count. So, yeah, this is with family, and ancestry in North Carolina with the Tar Heels. It's the right fit for Bill Belichick. I respect it. I think it's the right place for him to be. And I'm looking forward to a big rivalry between Clemson and North Carolina coming up. Really looking forward to that. But, he got humbled on the first, man. And I gotta tell you how satisfying that was. Because, God, I can't stand that dude. And to watch him just walking the sideline, just sour-faced like he usually is. And just, he wasn't showing much emotion, but you could tell he was pissed. Because he was not used to losing that bad. And I was like, sweet, sweet karma for a man that cheated to win and got 3 Super Bowls and just dominated teams even when he wasn't cheating. Like that's just it. That's beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing to watch. Absolutely beautiful. So it is about time, man. It's about time. That's all I got to say right there. It's about time. But man. I mean, as far as the people writing bogus articles about us, man, I mean that's just it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. Sports Illustrated, ESPN, y'all already know y'all are the worst ones. But the rest of y'all are fine, you know, it's just every once in a while I see a bogus article from Yahoo or something like that, you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, they now I know who doesn't pay attention to us. You know, and doesn't know anything about us, yet they try to tell us who we are as a Panthers team. What we do, what we don't do, you know, this, that, and the third. Or what we should do. You know, it's like, man, miss me with that. I ain't here for that. I already know what the team is going to do. I already know what they can do and what they can't do. So miss me with it. I'm going to let my team speak for me on the field. But make no mistake, I'm going to call you out if you print something bogus. You already know I will. I'm not afraid to. I will give you all the smoke for it too. But yeah, that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. But yeah, anyway, that'll be all for tonight. Next live stream you should be expecting, that's Panthers related, is the game itself against Jacksonville to start the season. If I do decide to do a game stream or a music stream, it'll be probably next week. Yeah, probably next week. Yeah, because like I said, I got plans for this weekend, so. Anyway, I will see you guys for the preview stream. That's right. That's right. We got to do a preview stream. So that'll be I think tomorrow. Tomorrow. Friday. Friday officially we'll do that. Because the 7th is the game, right? Yes. The 7th is the game. So tomorrow, preview stream. We'll keep it short. We'll keep it simple. You know, 2 to 3 hour stream. You know, probably during the afternoon, early afternoon. But we'll try to get that done and out of the way, and we'll be ready for the game on Sunday. So anyway, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all. Leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so, and don't forget to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news such as scheduling for the channel and for the Irish Sports app. Keep pounding Fantasy Football League. Let me know how you think I did with this fantasy football draft, and the other one as well. What would you grade it? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. You know. Shout out to Dark Angel, who is Kenny. Much love to you for stopping by, and for anybody else that stopped by and watched and you know, is a new follower. You know, didn't feel like chatting, just felt like lurking. That's cool too. You know, hey, I lurk on other people's streams too, so don't feel bad. But you know, don't feel bad about doing that at all. I do that all the time. You know. But thank you to all the new followers and subs, and all the people that like the stream. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Keep pounding. And we love having you here. We welcome all 32 teams fans. We have calm and easy debates, you know, rational debates. You know, it doesn't get out of hand. It's very respectful, you know, and we love our community, man. We love everything that we built. You know, it's the whole channel is free. We do everything for free here, as it should be. I don't believe in taking advantage of people for money on this stream. No. Mm-mm. Not on this channel, no. I go out and I earn my money just like everybody else. You know what I mean? This channel is not about money. It's about education. It's about love. It's about passion for the team that we love, right? So let's keep it that way. Also, big shout out to all the Panther streamers out there. Keep doing what you do. If you're making some money off of it, hey, more power to you. I respect the hustle. I absolutely respect the hustle. You know, if that's what you choose to do, go for it. You know, Unk 2020, you know, PNP. You got what's his name over there? Rob Star Report. Y'all out here making some money off your channels. Hey, go for it, man. I love the hustle, man. I love it. You know, we do different things here, but hey, much respect to you. That's what you like to do. That's what you like to do. If it works for you, go for it, man. Go for it. All the way. Make your money. Respect to Blitzball Champ. You know, he's a big contributor to what we do on this channel. Our co-founder, Carol. Prayers and love to her, as always, of this channel. She is the very definition of keep pounding. She's been through absolute hell, and she needs you. Positive energy or prayers, anything you can give her. Show your support and love. Shout out to the other Panthers YouTubers out there, you know, like Bleeding Blue Podcast, C3, Shellytron, Pat Coltrane. We haven't heard from Shellytron in a while. Hope he's doing alright. Yeah, last I heard from him, he was living up in the far eastern part of North Carolina when that hurricane hit up there. So last I heard, he got out of there okay, and his family got out of there okay. So everybody's cool, But I just hope that everything's all right with him. You know, I'm gonna check on Twitter after that and after the stream and see how he's doing. You know, but really awesome dude, man. I really love hearing what he has to say about us. And the team and everything. We may not always agree, but hey, I love what he has to say. I'm totally open to it. Awesome dude, and I would absolutely give this man a handshake. And chat him up. If we ever met. Yeah. Um. And any of these guys are welcome on our stream too if they want to talk or react with us. Or any previous streams, anything. Just hit us up. You know. Here's my socials if they want to do that. There you go. You guys know how to get at me on that. I'm on Instagram. Surefire way to get in touch with me is Facebook. Definitely. I don't use Twitter that much. I'm on there, but I don't use it that much. And yes, we do have a Discord too. But I only use the Discord on Sundays and on stream days. So, you're not guaranteed for me to be able to read your messages on Discord. So, that's how that goes. Shout out Monster Sub and Grub again. Spartanburg, South Carolina. The owner is a Panthers fan. Love being out there and hanging out with him and just enjoying some tasty subs, man. So if you're out in Spartanburg, get yourself a tasty sub. Do yourself a favor. Do your stomach a favor, man. Do your belly a favor. Get yourself a tasty sub. Yeah. So, I don't even have to advertise for them. I just want to. Also, shout out to the sports store in the mall too, in the Haywood Mall, because I met two gentlemen that were really, really awesome, and that worked there, and just I really enjoyed talking to them. And one of them had a family member that was in the Panthers parade, with this Panthers car, and it was so cool, man. He was showing me pictures of it, and I loved it. It's just awesome. Shout out to you guys, man. This is what I love doing, man. When I love interacting with people off stream. I love talking to people that are Panthers fans. You guys are family to me, man. And it's just it's my second family, on camera, I got my regular family, I got my people that I live with, but it's you guys are my next family, I love you guys. And I love these interactions with people, man. It means the world to me. And it's gonna trip me out when somebody comes up to me and it's like, you're the person that runs the Keep Pounding channel, aren't you? It's like, yeah. It's gonna flip me out, y'all. It's gonna happen one day. Watch. And I'm gonna enjoy every second of it, cause that's what it's about, man. It's about interacting. It's people recognizing what we do and our brand and who we are and what we created. So anyway, I'm gonna stop yakking and wasting your night, but yeah, I got other things to do, I'm sure. And y'all enjoy the rest of your night. If you like the intro that's on your screen, go check out Lindara Tai on Instagram using her last name first, Tai, T-A-I dot Lindara, Lindara, for videos, panels, etc. to up your game as a streamer commentator. Fair pricing, awesome to work with, and just awesome in general. Lindara Tai on Instagram. You guys know what to do. Stay happy, healthy, and well, man. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.
With Fargo.
And you already know what to do, man. You already know what to do. Keep pounding. Peace.